À la bonne heure, she's back.
Aegis, what a joy and relief to see you again.
Monsieur.
Welcome to our stronghold. I'm sure that everyone here is aware of the great debt we all owe you. As you can see, the most exhausted among us are growing stronger.
While the most determined are already planning our counterattack.
これがク
I
ラ
did
ブな
not
のかな
expect to see you all together.
4 days ago, the representatives of the Third Estate gathered in a tennis court. They swore not to
球技
separate
場
until
ね
they'd established a constitution for the nation. But that was not the only oath we swore. All the honorable men who were at Versailles, representatives and patriots, members of the Club Breton, secretly swore to meet here if they were dispersed.
You, Aegis, have allowed them to gather once again. Though unfortunately many are missing, we still have hope.
修道院
Why did you choose to meet in this convent?
It was my idea. Voyez-vous, I stay here whenever my obligations bring me to Paris. No other retreat inspires such peace and contemplation. Et puis, truth be told, this building has always felt like a fortress to me. Just look at how thick these walls are.
For 2 whole days, the patriots in the quarter consolidated the outer walls to make it an impenetrable citadel. No automat has broken through our defenses yet.
修道
Where
士
are the monks, mon père?
They are secluded in their quarters, praying for the salvation of the people of Paris. However, we bear no illusions. We are weak, we are divided.
And we are unarmed. Without you, without your warrior strength, we have no chance of turning things around.
You are sent by heaven above, Aegis. From now on, you may consider the Cordelia Convent your headquarters and a welcome refuge.
We must
What's
speak, you and I, in private, if you please. Monsieur de Lafayette must not hear a word of what I'm about to tell you.
おいどうしたそれは
What
どういう
do
こ
you
と
mean? You all seem to be certain that I will use my strengths to serve your cause. Are you forgetting that I have a task to accomplish?
Not at all, madame. We all know and support your plan to free Monsieur de Vaucanson. That is why I've taken the time to think of a way for you to get to the Bastille.
I am listening.
There is a patriot in Paris whose pamphlets have aroused Monsieur de Lafayette's ire. His anger is so strong that the poor man had to disappear to escape arrest. I know that he is secretly hiding in the quarries in Montmartre. A labyrinth he is said to know like the back of his hand. If anyone can help you navigate the obstacles that keep you from the Bastille, it is the elusive Monsieur Marat.
Very well. I will go and
Marat.
find him. Monsieur Necker,
I owe you my life, madame.
うん
So I'm embarrassed to ask you for anything more.
do not fear. You have my full attention.
Suzanne, my beloved wife. I cannot bring myself to accept her death. Despite all the evidence, I still hope to see her alive again. I need to be sure. Mon Dieu. What have I done to deserve such a fate? Why has the king sworn to destroy me? And all that I hold dear. After everything I've done for him. My abnegation.
Why would the king owe you anything?
I dedicated my life to the kingdom as his minister. Well, my life and my fortune as well. I refuse to accept any remuneration for my services in order to keep the accounts balanced. And I personally filled the king's coffers with 2.5 million livres from my own private accounts, bonds in the Caisse d'Escompte, which the king keeps in a tailor-made armoire d'affaires in the Palais des Tuileries. He stores all his secrets there. I'd wager there's enough in there to sully his reputation 100 times over. You must retrieve these bonds post-haste, madame. They must not be used to allow this madman to build more murderous automats.
Do I have any chance of opening it?
Don't even think about it, madame. Despite your incredible strength, that safe is said to be impenetrable. It was designed precisely to that effect.
何それ
Personally, never had access to it. I suppose that its contents were too unofficial for the
い
honest
やちょっと
citizen
ね
that I
公明
always
正大っ
was.
て自分で
Who
言う
has the key?
The king does, that's for sure.
王が
Anyone
持ってん
else?
のかよ
How could I know?
え
His shadow advisors, most likely. Now that I think about it, There's a rumor that has been going round at Versailles for a while now. It's
Ah.
said that Monsieur de Mirabeau used to come and
Mirabeau
go as
さん。
he pleased at the Tuileries, that he oversaw diplomatic missions for the crown. Not in any official capacity, of course. Who knows? He might know more about this matter than I do.
I will ask him.
なるほど。
I will look
Zana.
into what happened to your wife.
Bless you, madame.
あ
Where
あ。
should I start my investigation?
In the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of Les Invalides, we were separated in the Église Sainte-Marie on Rue de
さっき言
Bourgogne.
ったよね。
I shall be off.
You are the only hope of seeing my beloved wife again, and of foiling the plans of the clockwork tyrant.
何これ。ラファイエット公爵宛ての手紙か。アドリエンヌから。誰だろう。恋人？妻？愛しの夫や妻だな。ちょっと。なんかいっぱい落ちてるな。なんでこんないっぱいあるの？あ、落ちてないから切り替わらない。あ、これ。なんでみんな手紙個人的な手紙をなんでテーブルの上に机の上に置いてんの？呼んでくださいみたいな。グレゴガルシさんへの。みんなどうしたの？なんで手紙置いて。うわ。ネッケルさんを誹謗する手紙。新聞？ここに置く誰が置いたんだ？ジュリア・レイモンド。レイモンドも行ったっけ？あ、いるね。マジ全員集合してんな。弟から。うん。
Monsieur Raymond.
Aegis, we are very pleased to see
来たんだね。
you. It was very unwise of us to leave the Société without such a capable bodyguard as yourself. It is a miracle that we got here safely.
不安の原
What do you
因。
want to talk to me about?
Have you ever heard of the Club de Massiac, Aegis?
知ら
No,
ない。
monsieur.
It's an association that meets at the Hotel de Massiac, just west of Les Halles. It counts some of the wealthiest plantation owners in the empire. Those from Saint-Domingue and the Petite Santé are most formidable
なるほど。
adversaries. They are waging a war of influence to keep the slave trade going and resort to the vilest methods to achieve their ends. They worship nothing but money. Their greed is matched only by their cruelty. Regrettably, my interests occasionally require me to suffer their company. 2 months ago, I was in Le Havre to settle some business with the Admiralty, when I overheard a conversation between two planters from Bastère. If they are to be believed, the Club de Massiac is plotting to create sleepless slaves, des esclaves sans sommeil. Those were their exact words.
オートマタでっ
It's
てこ
hard
と
to
で。
say what this could possibly mean, but I fear they plan to administer some foul drug to their slaves to
Yeah,
force them to toil day and
そうなの？
night without rest. Our organization will not let these poor souls endure
そりゃ
such
そうだ
a
けど
hell.
さ。
Aegis,
そうだったら
you
ね。
must look into this. It is a matter of great urgency.
You speak of greed, Monsieur Raymond. But could you enlighten us as to what makes you any different from the planters you condemn?
What exactly do you accuse me of, Monsieur de Robespierre? S'il vous plaît, do tell.
Do you not also exploit the labor of these poor souls yourself on your indigo plantation?
I fight every minute of every day to improve their condition. No one would have the audacity to deny this.
If that's the case, then why wait? Free them. You preach abolition, yet you continue to line your pockets at their expense. The truth is, you refuse to upend the established colonial order because your entire fortune depends on it.
It's easy to criticize from atop Mount Olympus, Maximilian. You know nothing of the realities of Saint-Domingue. What would happen to all these people if I freed them tomorrow? Without an education, without a livelihood, I would be condemning them to the most abject misery. No, I must act with both compassion and realism.
Any reform, revolutionary or not, must be taken step by step, with moderation and prudence.
This reform is not so difficult. I've begun it myself at La Belle Gabrielle, my plantation in Guyane. There you will not find slaves, but workers who earn a weekly wage. And my plantation is no less profitable.
Ah, yes, profit. Because that's the most important thing. Don't you see, the law of nature gives every man the right to cultivate his own land.
Monsieur, calm yourselves. I implore you. Now is no time to quarrel. What Monsieur Raymond has related to us is extremely worrying. We must find out more about this plot to create sleepless slaves as quickly as possible. Aegis, you are the only one who stands a chance of making it to the Hôtel de Massiac alive.
ミリアン怖えな、ちょっとね。豆腐政治の人でしょ。はいだ。
Monsieur Bailly.
Ah, mademoiselle. I am very pleased to find you here with us within the shelter of these walls.
あ
I found a document
あ、暗
written
号
in a script that I was
解読
unable
でき
to
る。も
read.
しかして。
Let me see.
天才だからな。
Ah, je vois.
ああ
These pages were written using some sort of shorthand, a variation on Taylor's system, no doubt. I want to use it myself from time to time, while jotting down my ideas as they come.
What
さ
does
す
it
がだ。
say?
うん。
It's a bit difficult to
ああ、
decipher.
そうなの
Je
けどでき
crois.
そ
I believe it's an autopsy report. The author writes that the subject died from a large dose of prussic acid.
What is
てるじゃん。
prussic acid?
う。うん。
My apologies, Aegis, but I'm no chemist. You should ask Monsieur
そうだ
Lavoisier.
な。ラボアジェか。そっかそっか。
Goodbye, Monsieur B.
ありがとう。ラボアジェさん。
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
生産について。
What is prussic acid?
It's a volatile compound extracted from Prussian blue, which is a pigment derived from the cochineal, an insect.
What does it do?
Oh, it's a lethal poison
Oh,
of the
cool.
most dangerous sort. Though at weaker doses, it merely induces a deep soporific state, or a coma, if you will.
A deadly poison.
Aegis? Is everything all right?
How do you intend to counter the king's actions?
暗殺だったの
Unfortunately,
か
we don't
な。
have the upper hand. For now, we can only hope to protect ourselves from him. I am convinced that something is afoot. Something that could destroy all our hopes in an instant.
You have my full attention.
You should know that I am a gunpowder commissioner. As such, I oversee the provision of gunpowder to the kingdom's arsenals, l'Arsenal de Paris in particular. For the past 2 days, a large quantity of gunpowder from Marsanji has been sitting near Les Invalides. It's in a warehouse by the factories. But the men I sent to take possession of the cargo and transport it to the arsenal
それはや
have
ばいな。
gone missing. Do you realize what this means?
The gunpowder could have fallen into our enemy's hands.
It's possible. One thing is certain. It's enough to
Oi,
destroy
oi.
half of Paris. Whether it is still in the warehouse or has fallen into the wrong hands, we must find it urgently. Then, if possible, we must neutralize it.
How?
Simply by placing it in contact with water. Nothing could be easier in theory, but we must find a way to flood it.
Flood the gunpowder. You're out of your mind, Lavoisier. We're in the most desperate of situations, and you want to deprive us of such a valuable resource. What will our cannons use once we have formed our army of patriots?
Your army, Marquis, is presently but a figment of your imagination.
I see. So you're one of those men who would sound the retreat before the battle has even begun.
I will go to the warehouse. Once I have located the powder, I will decide what to do with it. Goodbye,
やばい
Monsieur
な。
Lavoisier.
みんなここに集合して動けないから、全部アイギスに。
Eh bien. Do you come bearing news from Monsieur Marat?
いや、まだまだ。
No, not yet.
I have it on good authority that he is in the quarries in Montmartre. He's the only person who could show you a way to reach the Bastille. Don't forget.
Is your plan to arm the populace going as planned?
Oh, far from it, madame. The situation is hopeless. Even if they were armed and formed into battalions, the Patriots would not be able to fight.
Why is that?
Most of the strategic points in the city are inaccessible. A strange illness strikes all who try. They're seized by an irrational fear, one so great that those who do not lose consciousness go mad or perish on the spot. This makes it impossible to do anything. Any attempt at an uprising is a fool's errand.
The locations you mentioned share a common feature. A statue holding a lantern.
That's right. From what little I could make out, they appear to be depictions of a Vestal Virgin watching over the sacred fire.
Une lanterne des morts.
What do you mean, monsieur?
Lanterns of the dead. Ancient stone pillars that are found near some cemeteries. Our ancestors kept a fire going on top of them. Today, no one knows what they were used for. A symbol of light triumphing over darkness. Others claim that human bones, mercury and lime were burnt. Some odious sorcery that was meant to entrap the tormented souls that wandered around the burial grounds.
That makes sense and confirms my observations. I'm now certain that the King's lanterns capture the anima essence of the dead who have been cast into purgatory, and that this essence is what allows the automats to stay in motion without needing a key to wind them.
Pater noster quies in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum.
Now that I think about it, madame, you obviously are not subject to the harmful effects of these lanterns.
No, au contraire. When activated, these statues reveal an apparatus that allows me to repair myself.
It follows that if you destroy these lanterns, the people will be free to fight again.
Unfortunately, they are preternaturally strong. Nothing can so much as damage them.
Come now, no metal is indestructible. If we knew what these lanterns were made of, perhaps I could find a way to destroy them.
Take a look at this ledger, Monsieur Lavoisier. It contains a list of metals. I found it by the factories, near Vaucanson's workshop.
Let's see. Steel, molybdenum, very good. Tiens, donc, tungsten and zirconium. This master blacksmith knows his trade. These metals can be used to make the strongest alloy imaginable, as long as you have a fortune to invest.
For that, our clockwork tyrant knows no bounds.
Well, Monsieur Lavoisier, is there any way to break this alloy?
Break it? Certainly not. But a mineral acid could change its structure. Melt it, perhaps. I would recommend sulfuric acid or vitriol, if you prefer to use its common name.
Where can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but my laboratory at L'Arsenal was ransacked. I can't tell you any more than that. You should ask my colleague, Monsieur Bailly. He uses similar substances in his
みんな
research.
集まってくれよ。集まってんじゃん。はいはい、どうぞ。あともう一個あったよな。あら？あ、もうなんか無視されてる。ミラボー。
Monsieur de Mirabeau.
倉庫について、金庫について。
Minister Necker claims that you are a familiar face at the Tuileries Palace.
That old story. Will it hound me until I have drawn my last breath? This, madame, is nothing but an unfounded rumor that I am trying in vain to dispel. To what do I owe the displeasure of having to defend myself once again?
I must get hold of some documents that are kept in an armored safe in the king's chambers.
What lock could resist your summons?
Minister Necker said it was indestructible.
Oh, I see. Well, let me think. Who could help you? After all, a lock is nothing more than a simple mechanism. Nothing that can resist the expertise of our dear Monsieur Bailly. Why don't you ask him for help?
I'll be sure to do so.
Now, who else might be of use? Oh, there's Monsieur Lavoisier as well, our gunpowder commissioner. I'm sure he'll have no trouble finding you something you can use to blow the door off that stubborn safe.
Good. I will go and find him.
Now, if you'll forgive me, I have an urgent matter to attend to.
You are forgiven for everything.
In that case, it has been a pleasure, madam.
どこ行っちゃった。
Has anyone seen Monsieur de Mirabeau?
いや、どこ行ったんだろう。こういうパターンもあるのか。とりあえずラバージェさんに話しとくか、一応。
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
じゃあこれ。あ、いや、結
I would
局
like
全
to
部。
access the contents of a safe that is supposedly unbreakable. Dare I ask for your help, Monsieur Lavoisier?
And how can I be of assistance to
一緒
you,
に来てく
madame?
れないか
I
な。
need gunpowder to break through the door.
Gunpowder? But I don't have a speck
さっ
of
き
it.
火薬の話あったじゃん
Do。you think I just walk around with explosives in my pockets?
Oh, I apologize. It was Monsieur de Mirabeau's idea.
Mirabeau? What is this ridiculousness?
何ミラボー、どうしたの？
I suspect he knows full well whatever he's playing at. Where is the animal? So we can ask him what's truly going on.
どこ行ったん
He
だろ
has
うね。
left. He had an urgent matter to attend to.
Eh bien, I'm sorry, madame. If I could inspect the safe and determine what metal was used in its fabrication, I might be able to find a solution. But given the circumstances, I'm sadly not in a position to help you.
I understand.
これ
Where
は
can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but my laboratory at L'Arsenal was ransacked. I can't tell you any more than that. You should ask my colleague, Monsieur Bailly. He
バイ
uses similar substances in his research.
聞いた
I
よ
did
ね。
not find the warehouse.
Vraiment? It's near Les Invalides, not far from Monsieur de Vaucanson's workshop.
Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier.
じゃあバイ。
How was your search at the Vaucansons' home?
I
ちょっと
found
待
this
って。
penknife there. I was struck with a vision as soon as I picked it up.
うん、ボ
I
ーカー
saw
ソンのところ
Mademoiselle
ね
de。Vaucanson running
そう
from
そう、
the Comte
娘。
de Cagliostro. This letter refers to a hiding place where she often sought refuge. It's in the Jardin du Luxembourg.
I know the
知
place.
ってんの？
One
お、マ
day,
ジで？
Eugène and I were walking in the Luxembourg gardens when suddenly Athenais jumped out from our hiding place like a wild animal. It was a startling, almost frightening sight. The spot is on the edge of the garden, hidden by vegetation between two statues.
おほ。マジかよ。
Would you happen to know where I could find some vitriol?
Sulfuric acid? Of course. Combined with sea salt and green copperas, we use it to polish the lenses of our
天体望遠
telescopes.
鏡レンズ。
I don't
あ、
know
さ
how
すが
much
天
we
文
have.
学者。
You would need to go to the Louvre and take a look at the observatory's storeroom to find out.
If you will allow me to.
Of course, madame.
おお、
Here is the key.
ありがとう。
I'm looking for a way to force a lock that is supposed to be unbreakable. Monsieur de Mirabeau advised me to ask you for help.
But I'm an astronomer, mon enfant, not a locksmith.
Yeah,
I know my way
wanted-
around lenses, filters, racks, and tripods. But I've never given a moment's thought to how a lock works. God, Monsieur de Mirabeau was joking with you, that's all.
ミラボー
Waiting,
何？
ce brave homme, so that we might ask him.
He has left. A matter that could not wait.
Excuse me? Do you mean he left the convent? That's madness. What was so important that he would put himself in such danger?
Intriguing indeed.
やっぱマキシミリアンもう無視さ、ガン無視してる。これが終わるさ。
Aegis, I'd like to talk to you about my research. Do you have a few moments to spare for me?
Certainly, mon père. I am listening.
I've carefully collected the testimony of our companions here. Then I compared them with the observations made during my investigation of the man who calls himself Cagliostro. I came to quite the shocking conclusion.
どうした？
I believe I've discovered how the royal automats remain constantly in motion, like clocks that never need winding. They get their energy from the souls of the dead, Aegis. They drink from the
なんとなく死者
animal
から
essence that permeates the purgatory described by Monseigneur de la Fare. These machines feed on the dead. The greater the massacre, the deeper the river where they slake their thirst.
Is there any way to stop
more?
the bloodshed, mon père?
I believe there is always hope, Aegis. As long as I remain free to pursue my research, I will never lose faith. I keep thinking about the three Nemes. These echoes, All of this is clearly related to Nicholas Flamel's work.
The
コラ
alchemist.
フラメル。
Precisely, mon ami. And this leads me to fear the worst.
What have we to fear from an alchemist who died
ああ、
nearly
もうい
4
ない人
centuries
なの。
ago?
しかも
Not
4
him,
世紀前
per。se. Rather, the heretic who is exploiting his discoveries. This poses a grave
それは
danger
カリ
to
オス
us
トロ
all.
ではないの？
What do you fear, mon père?
What do I fear? Nearly 2 months ago, the king forbade anyone from setting foot inside the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, near the Hôtel de Ville. He had the priests forcibly removed. They hardly even had time to save the church's sacred relics. Since then, only our Father in heaven knows what they've been doing there, hidden away from the people of Paris.
Mon Dieu. Flamel's tomb.
My thoughts exactly, Monseigneur. Legend has it that Flamel was buried with his lapis philosophorum.
なんかすごい話になってきてるな。
mon père?
The Philosopher's Stone. Where do I begin? No
賢
one
者の
knows its
石。
true nature, or even what it might look like. All that is known
あ
is that it is said to grant untold riches and eternal life to whoever possesses it. Its very existence is questioned, of course. But if it's true, just imagine what sinister purpose the king and his accomplices might find for it. We must elucidate this matter at any cost.
あ、錬金術が絡んでくる
Where
の？
is this tomb?
In the church's crypt. The priests always ensured that it remained undisturbed, despite the mystery surrounding it. But now they're no longer there to protect it. We need to know for certain.
But how? There are automats everywhere.
Aegis,
Oui,
Aye.
mon père.
will you help us get to the bottom of this?
Did you not say that it was impossible to enter the church?
There is perhaps a solution. The penitent's door behind the Châtelet leads to the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. It's only opened on Good Friday, but this year I had the
い
honor
や、
and
もう
good
僕ちょ
fortune
っと
to lead
ミッ
the
ションが
procession.
多すぎて
Here。is the key.
ああ、ありがとう。
Goodbye, mon père. My respects, Monseigneur.
I didn't expect to see you again so soon, Aegis. We missed you when we had to leave our shelter at Place Saint-Méry. The path that led us to this convent was not an easy one, believe me.
Goodbye, Monseigneur.
Allez en paix,
うん、
Aegis.
ありがとう。
Did you go to the Hotel de Massiac?
No, not yet.
Remember, it's by Les Halles, just west of the Marché des Innocents.
あ、あ、これ前聞いた話か。
See you later, perhaps.
黒人遊興会にいた時に話してたことでしょ。
Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening, Aegis.
放っておこう。
Goodbye, Monsieur le Marquis.
ちょっと待って。ちょっとなんかもう、強制的に連れてこられてえらいことになっちゃったよ。もう全部バラバラなの？これがメイン。採掘場ね。3つあるな、これだけで。とんでもないことになったな。とりあえずさ、ちょっとアンバリット途中だからさ、戻らして。拾ってないしさ、俺、さっきの。ボス倒した後。アンバリット。ネッケルさんだけをまさか丁寧に送ってあげるとは思いませんかった。 ああ、聖マリア教会サイドクエストをやるっていうこと。あ、ついでにちょっと待ってすぐそこなんだな。近いのこれ。方向を調べる。あはは。新エリアなの？あ、空いてなかったのか今まで。うおー、すごっ。うわー、制服落ちてる。なんでか。うん。バスティーユ宮殿か。こんだけ今のでパップできん？あは、こっちは無理だけど、いや、これ、ちょっと待ってあー、程度がね、4個しかないからな。うん。センス溜まった時に、ダメだった。よし。拾う。豪華走行モジュールにオリハルコン。おい、ちょっと待てよ。めっちゃいいじゃんか。豪華走行モジュールに強化走行モジュール、防御力アップだったよね。ああ。100も上がるの結構やべえな。つけとくか。これ、あ、これを変えればいいんだ。速度モジュールつけて、これを2にするだけでどのぐらい上がる？あ、50しか変わんないのか。まあまあ、これでいいか。もうよかったよ、取り来て。騎兵たちのとこ行けるな。マリア教会向こうだったのか。前にはこれで、あとそれがいるのか。青なまりがあと1個か。おお。辞表。ネッケルさんの辞表が出てあるやんなんで辞表このとこ置いてんの？あ、これはあそこか。おお、ところここ。これ豪華やなやつや。何？おっと、頼む。もうちょっと衣装変更したいよ。そろそろ。3だよ。バランス火炎耐性か。カドリーユの三角帽子。ちょっと防御力が違いすぎんだよな。 スタミナも上がってるしな。ああ。トリアノンとかつけたかったけどな。評価できたらいいのにな。あら、全滅してる。うん。あ、違った。これってそこの公園？いやけどあいつ、え？あ、やっぱ広場だな。じゃあその教会もいとくか。どっちだろう。あいつがいいんだよな。あれ鉄球いなかったっけ？こう。よいしょ。いたな。ちょっと危ないよ。あっちだ。なんか壁がある。ちょか。あ。うん。逃げ延びた人いた。地下墓地の入り口に向かって。なんて？あ、マジでスザンネッケル生きてんの？俺は喜ぶぞ。俺が生きていられないかも。 け。うん。これ？あ、女才さん。かな。これでここが開くようになる。納骨堂。地下墓所。いるのかな、生存者。敵いないよね。聞いたら生存者いるわけねえもんな。いた。じゃあもう無理やん。無理やん。あ、まだいる。もうちょっと待って、ここ。やば。こんだけの人の数。指揮所、ちょっと待って。あ、いや、俺見たんや。なんだこうかな。一体とは限らんしな。やっぱり一体と限らんかった。かかってくれないかな。角待ちしとくか。回転しろ。回転しない。いや、それかよ。お、食らってる食らってる。嘘でしょ。なんで食らってんだよ。やばい。危ねえ、マジで。うわぁ。相変わらず強いね、君。うわー、捕まった。あ、もう捕まる。これ失敗した。ああ、もう。ああ、まあ、なんだよ、それ。強い。おー。 聖堂か。こんなに広いのここ。なんだっけ。え？広すぎマジで。お？あ、まあ先だ。いやもう絶対無理だよこれ。スザンヌさん。またいるの？しかも強いやつじゃない？あれ。もうマジかよ。いや、やば。ちょっと最悪や。お、あ、全員来ちゃった。あ、もう回復してる。倒して。なんでだよ。みんながもう、いや、すごいねそれ。あ、しまった。ロックオン何とかして。うわ、もう逃げられた。待って。うふはは。あ、やばい。あれ？ちっちゃいのもう一個どこで倒したっけ？あ、いっか。近い？まだ気が差し込んでんだ。 多すぎるよ。上なの？待って。上だ。あ、自宅。家に帰ってたの？こんなルートだよ。開けない方が良さそうだけど。おぶね。いや、ちょっと待って、2体いるのかよ。お。ちょっと待って、これなんだ。いや、ちょっと待って。いや、2体か。あいついるしな、この先。手紙読めないよ。しょうがない。うわー、やば。あー、倒しきれんが、おー、ナイスナイス。やばい。回復しないなかなか。おう。生きてんの？ん？あ、切り抜けれた。サンシルピスの慈善病院。娘を探し行っちゃった。うん。あ、よかった。今の状態で手紙読んでたら俺死ねたからな。さすが財務大臣だね。すごい家だな。なんもなさそうだね。近墓地から繋がってんだもんね。オッケー。入るぞ。待って待って待って待って待って待って。あ、危ない。そのもんどういう仕組みなんだよ。はいはい、とりあえずそれで触ろう。馬車は 空が近いの？いや、近くないな。いや、近いのかな？はいはいはい。よっしゃ。では。頑張りと終わったな。よしよし。ついでに、サンクルーのさ、これこぼし見に行ってみようかな。ポレナックポレニャック公爵夫人戻ってきてんじゃん。会いに行けないだろうけどね。まあ戻ることあんのかな、この先。次どこ行こうか。もうすごいことなってるな、リクサンブール。まあ一応ネッケルさんに先に伝えに行ってあげるかね。他の、そっか、アテナイスもう探してやんなきゃいけないな。そっか、ラファイエトも報告しなきゃいけないしね。王妃へ真相を報告する。なんでこれがここにあるんだろう。まだ途中なんかな。もうちょっと毒の下りから分かることがあったのかな。交代しないやつか。これやろうと。うん。カリッチは天才発明家。ボーカーソンが生み出した奇跡の通信手段。ボーカーソン。キャリッチについてんの？オッケーオッケー。じゃあ次そのリックサンブーレ行きます。よし。まずはネッケルさんだな。いた。
Monsieur Necker.
Madame?
あら。
Eh bien.
う
You
ん、
come
ある
bearing
よ。
good news?
Your wife. You may rest easy, monsieur. Your wife escaped the
冷めたな。
massacre. She returned home and left you this letter.
Mon Dieu. She's going to meet our daughter and son-in-law at
そうな
our
の？
charity hospital.
She may already be there.
Madame, I did not dare to dream of
よか
such
った
an
ね。
my wife and daughter. Can you imagine? And I thought I had lost both of them. The three of us will be able to leave the kingdom and put these horrors behind us forever.
What about the bonds?
They are
Oh,
not
no.
in your possession.
いや、まだ。
Not
待って、
yet.
ちょっ
You
と。
must ensure they do not benefit the king, madame. You'll
待って
find
待っ
them
て
in
て。
the armoire de fer
はいはい
in
は
the
い。
Palais des Tuileries. Do with them as you see fit, as long as the king does not use them. As for me, I'm going to find my family at once. Thank you. From the bottom of my
あ、
heart,
もう向かう？
I pray that your efforts will be successful.
もう好きなように使っていいのか？ありがとう。うん。
Minister Necker has given his bonds to me.
That's quite a nice little sum. Can you imagine? That's 1/5 of the kingdom's entire wealth.
Wealth that the king squanders for his personal benefit according to his whims.
Ma foi. Monsieur Necker certainly has been very generous to his adoptive country.
Generous? I have my doubts. The loan was granted at a very high rate. So high, in fact, that it would have dug the deficit into an even deeper state of abyss.
Eh bien,
確かに
monsieur,
な。
to what use shall we employ this boonful fortune?
If I could spend it, I'd do everything I could to return to the people their confiscated freedom. To begin, I would get them the bread they so sorely need. It is only after the scourge of famine has been vanquished that armed patriots might then be able to rise up against despotism.
And where will you find wheat, Robespierre? Will you steal it from under the noses of the automats who have sworn to destroy the human race? As for arming the people, this is another one of your delusions. How could your ragged pack of wretches win any sort of battle that'd be unable to lift a sword?
When you insult the people, you insult me, Monsieur de Lafayette.
I am not insulting anyone, Robespierre. But I happen to know what it takes to fight. Unlike you. Monsieur, I was but a lad of 15 when I took up arms. And everyone here knows my role in the liberation of America from British rule. If you allow me to dispose of these bonds, I will found an army that will annihilate the Clockwork King's diabolical machines. As soon as I have the opportunity to leave Paris, I will rally the officers and troops that are stationed in the provinces. Then, I will call for a mass uprising. I will have more than enough money to pay their wages and procure the weapons we need.
And you will have obedient troops at your beck and call, ready to repress anyone who challenges your power.
These troops will only serve the will of the people. I swear it.
Are you sure that the king has spared the rest of the kingdom, Monsieur le Marquis?
I am almost certain of it, mon père. Despite all of his resources, the king does not have enough manpower to occupy all the garrisons in the country.
Aegis, no member of this assembly can force your hand. The choice is yours. To whom will you entrust Monsieur Necker's bonds?
いや、まだ持ってないよ、そうよ。
The bonds are not yet in my possession.
Then please continue your search.
えらいことになってきてるな。あとはラファイエットか。兵士たちのことだな。
Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening, Aegis.
騎兵隊。
I went to the meeting point you indicated. I had an unexpected encounter there.
Get to the facts. Who
あ、
did
そ
you
うそう
meet
そう
there?
そう。
Madame de
コレニャ
Polignac,
ックのね。
the Queen's favorite. She made no secret of her reason for being in that desolate place. So now I know all about the precious cargo that is the cause of your great concern.
Seigneur. The children. What happened? Tell me that nothing bad has happened to them.
That remains to be determined. One thing is certain. Charlotte and the young Dauphin are missing. The evidence points to an ambush by the Duc d'Orléans' men. They apparently attacked the wagon the children were hiding in.
How the hell did they know?
This ambush could not have taken place without an accomplice. You were betrayed.
A plague on Orléans and his damned informants. They have taken the children.
That still remains to be seen. It seems that the Duke's men were interrupted while carrying out their task. 3 of them lost their lives. A 4th was able to escape.
Excellent. I bet it was my hussars who sent the vermin running. But why the hell haven't they reported to me yet?
Because they perished. Every last one of them.
点滅してた。
Royal automats. I found their remains outside the stables.
Oh no. The poor souls. But then, the children. They must be in the hands of the scoundrel Orléans.
We have no proof of this.
In that case, there is not a minute to lose. We must get to the bottom of this and save the children, if there is still time. Oh, if I could get my hands on that rat Marat. I'd find a way to make him talk, believe you me.
このマラー関係あ
Goodbye,
るの？
Monsieur le Marquis.
オルレリアンなんか関係あるのかな？マラーっていう人のことがまだよく分かってないな。王妃への真相を報告するってやつがこれだよね。あ、そっちだ。あ、違う、馬車だな、あれ。多分。あ、そっか、馬車で通信機能が。キャリッジか。乗っていいの？これ？あ、アイギスから。うん。そうだね。そうだ、キャリッジこんな機能ついてたね。忘れてたよ。あ、レベルアップできる？できないのか。300。まあいいだ。波動力。で、じゃあどっから行けばいいんだ？上逃げれなかったっけ、ここ。嫌いだな、あいつのアンチ。あ、これ以上いけないんだ。あ、ダメージ食らってるもん。ああ、もう大事や。よし。ちょっと待って。なんで？どこだよ、あれ。あ、そこいたの？あ、そこ壊せる。タワーとか。いいか。あそこにもあるの？来たことないどこ？あるんかな？いや、あるから出てきてんだよね。ん リュクサンブール公園だ。遠いね。したかな。ここあれだね。突然であったところやね。あ、え拾ってなかったっけここ。あ、そう。ああ。いやこれちょっと危険すぎるけんやめとく。これ登れんのこれ。こっちからじゃないのか。どこ？あっちか。キャリッジに戻れるアイテム持ってたよね。どれだったっけ？ような気がすんだよな。これ。うん。触ろう。ここ隠れ場所。テントがあった。何これ。なんだこれ。ATV 盲人書館。何なんだろう。あ、やっとね。手に入った。うん。壊れた杖。いないね。うん。フランシスカス・アントニウス。誰かと争ってたの？修道院で人々に尋ねる。さっきのことか。じゃあ、使うか。だから一緒にこれも入ってたのか、さっきの。はい。人々に尋ねるって誰に尋ねたらいいの？知ってんのっていうか。そうだな。あ、誰かって指定してないな。 してる？
How is your research on Nicholas Flamel going?
I have done nothing yet.
Don't take too long, Aegis. Don't forget that the tomb is in the crypt of the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, under the cemetery. The church isn't far from the Hôtel de Ville.
あ、フランシスコ・アントニウス。
Franciscus Antonius. Does that mean anything to you?
Let's see. François Antoine. No, that doesn't mean anything to me, I'm afraid. Désolé, ma chère.
は
Goodbye, mon père.
い。みんなに聞かなきゃいけないの。
Monseigneur.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
Did the
知ってま
full
す？
names Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
ん？
The Franciscan order, perhaps?
Go on.
Franciscus
うん。
Assisiensis, the founder of the order, and Antonius Patavinus, one of its most illustrious members. I'm sorry, Aegis, but that's all I can think of.
おう。レイモンドさんは知らないよな。
Did you go to the Hotel de Massiac?
No, not yet.
Remember, it's by Les Halles, just west of the Marché des Innocents.
なんすか？
I found a cane inscribed with the name Franciscus Antonius. Does that mean anything to you?
No, I'm
そうだ
sorry.
ね。何でも知ってるこの二人のコンビやったら。
Monsieur B. Does the name Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
We scholars have the strange habit of adopting names from
Oh, oh,
antiquity. I imagine that we're actually looking for someone named Francois Antoine. But no matter how hard I think, I'm afraid it doesn't ring a bell.
近づいたの。
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
多分答え
Do
知っ
the
てるぞ。
names Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
No,
い
nothing.
や、
really.
全くか。
Francois Antoine, maybe?
なら
No, nothing
え、
with
な
that name
に
either.
ラボア
I'm
ジエさ
sorry,
んが
but
知らないのか。ラボアジエが知らないんじゃ、もう多分誰も知らないぞ、これ。ああ、
So how is Monsieur Marat?
I haven't met him yet.
やり手
He
だ
is
から
your
な。
only chance to reach the Bastille, Aegis. You must speak to him. He's holed up in the quarries of Montmartre, hiding from the Marquis de Lafayette.
I found a cane engraved with the name Franciscus Antonius. Who could it belong to?
Let me think a moment, je vous prie.
考
I
え
know
る
an Antoine Francois, a printer on Rue de la
おう
Harpe.
おう。
His surname is Momoro, but he is a man of the people and a true patriot. I doubt that he ever sported a cane with his name engraved on it.
うん。
Goodbye, Monsieur de Robespierre.
まさか知ってるの？
Monsieur le Marquis,
I'm listening, Aegis.
Franciscus Antonius. Do these names mean anything specific to you?
Francois Antoine. Hold on. Of course. That's the master Arquebusier who killed the beast of
おうおう、
Chevaudan.
なん
The
だそ
affair
れ。
took place during the reign of
Oh,
Louis the
oh.
Beloved, just a few leagues from the castle where I grew up.
こんな
I。was still a young boy, but I remember it like it was yesterday. It caused a stir all over the country.
I doubt that it has anything to do with my case.
I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that.
ちょっと待てよ。どういうこと？これだ。ここにはいないってこと？
Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening, Aegis.
うん。
Goodbye, Monsieur le Marquis.
いないな。何か進めなきゃいけないんだろうね。先に。テュイルリー行くか。国際のこと進めなきゃいけないのかな。みんなお金のことで頭いっぱい。 長距離ガンユニットを、それとも久しぶり